Good morning, all you early birds. It's not 7 o'clock yet here on the east coast of the United States. Now, can you see? I've got um, I've got my patio light on back there. Waiting for the birds to come. Oh, golly, I just love watching them. But I'll turn the light off. It'll probably be more natural for them. Okay, back into the artificial light here. And back into making some coffee. Oh, yeah. So I had a tiny bit of a leftover chocolate shake in this cup that I put in the fridge last night. So I poured a bunch of milk in it. And I thought, oh, it's so early. Had to get up early because I have an early appointment this morning. So I thought, let me make some chocolate fudge coffee in the chocolate shake cup. Let's see, I'll move this up some so it won't splatter so much. And see, this cup is really, it's a lot bigger than the stand. So I'm gonna put this little silicone ring. You know, it's like one of those things that helps you open jars, or you can use it as a little hot pad or something so that the cup doesn't vibrate off, because I have had that happen before. You know, it's funny because I was making coffee at my daughter's house the other day, and I thought I'd just step away for a minute to do something else because it would probably be okay. I probably didn't have too much milk in that cup. Oh, when I came back, I had to stop the coffee machine. It was starting to overflow. These things always happen when you're not watching, don't they? You know, like the cup never vibrates off while you're watching. You turn away for a second and then you hear clatter. And you got coffee all over the counter and running down onto the floor. Anyway, so those should be the, worst of my worries, right? So how are you doing today? I'm doing a lot better these days. One of the things I attributed to is I've been getting some really helpful information from an audiobook I'm listening to called The Upward Spiral by Alex Cord. Oh my goodness, it's just, it's given me information about how to make small changes to help keep me happier. And also it's explained a lot of stuff about how people's minds work. This is based on research, like how most of us tend to notice more negative things than positive things. And that's normal, which is one of the reasons why, you want to make an effort to try to be exposed to more positive things, because the tendency for most of us is towards the negative. Let me taste this. Oh my goodness, that's good. Yummy. And it just, sometimes it helps to know, doesn't it feel good? Even if it's bad news, but I'm not the only one. It helps to know you're not alone. At least it helps me. Okay, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one who has problems with thinking negative things or assuming or expecting negative things. And also, it is possible to help develop habits where instead of having an emotional reaction to something, I can sort of be an observer. Okay, I'll give you an example. Actually, I saw my counselor yesterday, and we were talking about how sometimes it's hard to remember things. Like the medication I'm on has affected my memory some, and you might have noticed, when I'm talking to you, sometimes I can't think of a word or stuff like that. Well, she was telling me that, and she's younger than I am, way younger than I am, that she was trying to think of the name of a particular person she wanted to tell someone about, and she could not think of that name. She couldn't even think of a thread to sort of pull on in her memory, anything associated with that name, to come up with it. And she started getting kind of upset, and anxious over the fact that she couldn't remember. So at first the problem was, trying to remember something. But then it became an emotional problem, like, oh no, what is wrong with me that I can't remember this? This is a very common sort of thing. But here is something that will help if you get those sort of reactions. Instead of getting upset over the fact that you can't remember something, say to yourself, okay, these kind of things happen to people. I'm having a problem remembering this right now. I don't even know, can't even think of something to Google to figure out what it is. And I don't have to get emotional over it. It'll probably come to me later. These things happen. So that's an example of observing, being an observer to what's going on, instead of having to have a reaction. Oh no, what's wrong with me? I can't remember. My mother was a very anxious person, and I remember many times in her older years, her 60s, 70s, 80s, we would be talking. We lived several hundred miles apart at that point. And she would say, oh, I had this paper that I need today, and I couldn't find it. I was up all night just searching through everything in the house. And I remember thinking, when even the first time she told me that, oh my gosh, she's so upset over this. How is it going to help to stay up all night searching? I mean, wouldn't it be better to say, okay, let me go to sleep, and in the morning, when I'm fresh in my thoughts and how I, feel and everything, it'll be easier to look for it. Yet, I understand the anxiety she had. I do. I've experienced stuff like that. I'm sure you have too. Like, oh no, I can't relax until I get this thing, found or settled or whatever it is. Or until I get this done, But it's really more helpful to us, less anxiety igniting, to say, all right, wait, let's be practical here. Do I need to find this right now? Or do I need to settle this or get this done right now? If the answer is no, then make yourself go about your life. Take control over your thoughts and say, I'm not going to get all excited about this. Things will work out. Now, here's the thing. It's hard to do that, isn't it? But the more you practice, the better you will get, and the more likely it is that that's how your brain will function, that eventually you'll start thinking, wait, do I need to do this now? Or do I need to find this now? Or, you know, people forget things. It'll come to me eventually. The more you practice that, the more likely it is that that's what will happen, instead of your immediate reaction being, oh no, oh no. So, I knew this man who would direct plays, and he was directing a play that my kids were in. And he said to them, what you practice, you will perform. So, in other words, practice the right things, the helpful things, the sensible things, the practical things. The more you practice them, that's what you'll start performing in your life, and you'll help to get rid of some of that anxiety. Oh, my coffee. Still a good temperature. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Still not 7 o'clock, but I'm going to drink some coffee. And Grayson? Grayson? Hey, Grayson. What are you looking at? Oh, what do you see? Oh, what a sweet doggy. And I think he might be looking at a bug on the wall. Okay, I've learned not to get all, there's a bug. You know, now I go, oh, a bug. Let me see what it is. Want to make sure it's not something that's going to jump on me. Anyway, have a good day. Make good choices.